What if God asked you to sacrifice the one person you loved most? Imagine waiting 25 long years for the son God promised, only to be told to give him back. What would you do? Abraham loved his son Isaac with all his heart. He was the miracle child God had promised, the son through whom a great nation would come. Then one ordinary morning, everything changed. God gave Abraham a command that seemed impossible to understand. Would he trust God's promise, or would fear overcome his faith? This is one of the greatest stories of faith ever told. Thousands of years ago, in the ancient land of Mesopotamia, there lived a man named Abraham. He was known for his honesty, wisdom, and faith in the one true God. Although the people around him worshipped many idols, Abraham chose to trust the Lord with all his heart. Little did he know that God was about to change his life forever. One day, God called Abraham to leave his homeland and journey to a land that he would show him. God promised to bless him, make him the father of a great nation, and through his descendants, all the families of the earth would be blessed. Abraham believed God's promise, even though he did not know where the journey would lead. Leaving home without hesitation, Abraham obeyed the Lord. He gathered his wife Sarah, his servants, and all that he owned, and they set out toward the land God had promised. It was a journey of faith, trusting that God would guide every step. Day after day, Abraham traveled across deserts, valleys, and rivers. Through every challenge, God remained with him, protecting and leading him toward the land of Canaan. God's covenant. When Abraham arrived in the land of Canaan, God appeared to him once again and renewed his promise. He changed Abram's name to Abraham, meaning father of many nations, and promised that his descendants would one day become as countless as the stars in the sky. Years of waiting. But the promise did not happen immediately. Year after year passed, and Abraham and Sarah grew older. Although they waited for many years without seeing the promise fulfilled, they continued to trust that God would keep his word. Then, at the time God had promised, the impossible happened. Even in their old age, Sarah gave birth to a son. They named him Isaac, which means he laughs, because God had turned their years of waiting into overwhelming joy. As the years passed, Abraham's camp was filled with laughter and peace. Every evening, the family gathered around the table to share a meal, thank God for his blessings, and enjoy one another's company. Isaac had become the joy of his father's heart. Sarah often smiled as she watched Isaac grow. She remembered the day God fulfilled his impossible promise, giving her a son in her old age. Every moment with Isaac reminded her that nothing is impossible for the Lord. Each day, Abraham and Isaac worked side by side. Whether caring for the flocks or repairing the camp, every task became an opportunity for Abraham to teach his son wisdom, responsibility, and faith in God. Life in Abraham's camp was filled with simple joys. Children played, shepherds sang as they worked, and every new day reminded the family of God's goodness and faithfulness. As they walked through the quiet fields together, Abraham shared the lessons he had learned over a lifetime. He told Isaac that true riches were not found in silver or gold, but in trusting God with all your heart. Isaac listened carefully, knowing every word from his father was precious. As the day came to an end, Abraham and Isaac paused to watch the sunset together. In those quiet moments, they thanked God for his goodness, never knowing that their faith would soon face its greatest test. Back at the camp, Sarah prepared the evening meal, while Isaac gladly helped her gather water and firewood. Before the day ended, Abraham gathered his family to thank the Lord. Together they prayed, grateful for his protection, his provision, and the peace they enjoyed. God's call before dawn, while the camp was still asleep, the voice of the Lord called to Abraham. "Abraham." He answered immediately, "Here I am." Then God gave him a command, unlike anything he had ever heard. "Take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah. There you shall offer him as a burnt offering on one of the mountains I will show you." Preparing for the journey, early the next morning, Abraham rose without delay. He saddled his donkey, gathered firewood for the offering, and set out with Isaac and 2 servants. Though his heart was heavy, he chose to trust God, even when he did not understand. For 3 long days, they traveled across valleys and rugged hills toward Mount Moriah, Isaac's question. As they walked, Isaac finally asked, "Father, we have the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering?" Abraham replied with quiet confidence, "My son, God himself will provide the lamb for the offering." Building the altar. When they reached the place God had shown them, Abraham carefully built an altar of stones and arranged the wood upon it. Every movement was an act of obedience, even though his heart was breaking. Abraham gently bound Isaac and placed him on the altar. With complete trust in his father and in God, Isaac did not resist. Abraham lifted the knife, prepared to obey the Lord completely. Just as Abraham stretched out his hand, the angel of the Lord called from heaven, "Abraham! Abraham!" He answered, "Here I am." The angel said, "Don't lay a hand on the boy. Now I know that you fear God, because you have not withheld your only son from me." Abraham looked up and saw a ram caught by its horns in a nearby thicket. He offered the ram as the sacrifice instead of Isaac. On that mountain, Abraham discovered a truth that would be remembered forever. The Lord will provide. With hearts overflowing with gratitude, Abraham and Isaac began the journey home. Every step reminded them that God had been faithful. The mountain where their faith had been tested had also become the place where God provided. Abraham never forgot that day. God's covenant remained unbroken, and his promise was still sure. Through Isaac, a great nation would one day arise, just as God had spoken. Abraham's story teaches us that genuine faith trusts God even when his plans are difficult to understand. The Lord sees our needs, keeps his promises, and always provides at the right time. If this story encouraged you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that God is always faithful. We'll see you in the next Bible story.